Hello, this video is going to be all about Google Slides. It's another one in the series for beginners, so it's going to be a relatively short one. It's Google Slides. It's pretty easy to use, and I think a lot of people know how to do it, but there are a couple things that I just want to kind of show to you that are nice and helpful little tips. So I've got Chrome open. I'm going to go right over here. Now, the first tip I have for you is to not just open slides, right? It doesn't make sense because in your mind you're like, I want to make some slides. New slideshow, I'm going over here and click slides, but don't do that. Go over here and open Drive. And the reason you want to do that is because you want to open the folder that you want the that you want the slide to be in. So if I'm making something and I want it in my social studies folder, I'm going to make a new slideshow. Now that I've opened this folder, so I'm going to go back. This is the folder I wanted in my Drive. Now that I've opened this folder, now I select a new Google slide. Now, the reason I did that is because if you just go and open slides right from the menu, right out of Chrome, what's going to happen is anything you create there is just going to fill up down here in your Drive, and it's not going to be organized at all, and it's going to be a mess. And of course that's very annoying. So tip number one, open where you want the new file to go, then start creating the new file. Tip number two is to always, before you do anything at all, title your presentation. Okay. And that way, when you're in your Drive, you don't end up with a whole bunch of files called untitled presentation, and you have no idea what you're looking at or how to find the slideshow that you made or the doc or whatever. So always title it to start with. And then just a few quick things about Slideshow. Slideshow is basically like PowerPoint. You can import PowerPoints into it. You just open the PowerPoint with Google Slides. It's really easy. You can drag the PowerPoints into your Drive as well, and then Drive will open it with slides. So it's not hard to do at all. Microsoft and Google will talk to each other. Google will take Microsoft documents and turn them into Google compatible. Over here you have your different themes. So there's different little ways. This is just kind of, aesthetics. And there you go. And then, of course, you can type and add and all that. A couple little shortcuts. If you want to create a new slide, of course, you can go slide new, but it's Control M on your keyboard. It's just a shortcut for a new slide, and you can do that as much as you want. If you want to duplicate a slide, make sure you have the slide highlighted that you want, and then hit Control D, and it will just make an exact duplicate of the previous slide. So if you're doing something that's very similar or whatever, and you want it to be look the same, you can just duplicate, and then of course maybe you might go in here and change the way it's written. So that's just some nice easy shortcuts, Control M and Control D. And then the last thing I want to show to you that I see a lot of teachers kind of wasting time on or getting frustrated with is adding pictures to slides. I'm actually going to really quickly just highlight all of this and then hit delete so I have a clean empty slide. So typically what people do when they want to add a picture here is they go up here, they open a new tab, they Google a picture, they grab it, copy paste it, drag it, whatever they want to do, get it in here, and it's kind of, it's just a little time consuming. Well, they have a nice little picture image inserting thing right here you can get a picture from. It's pretty easy. You just hit this drop down, hit search the web, and then whatever picture that you want, you could just search that in there, and these are the same search results that would come from Google image search. That's all they're doing is just routing that image search right into this pane here. So you just find the one you want, click it and click insert, and there it is right in your slide. So I didn't have to open any other tabs or anything up here to find those pictures. I can just search it right here from image. So I hope those tips were helpful for you guys, for beginners. Tip number one, open the spot you want it to be in first. Tip number 2, name it right away. Tip number 3, Control M for a new slide, Control D to duplicate a slide. And then the last tip, inserting a picture using this right here, search the web, rather than making a new tab and having to Google it and all that stuff.